Alright, so this video is about how do we shoot this type of talking head videos. You can easily pump out 10, 20 in 1 or 2 days. So this video is to act as a guide on how do you position your head. Like when I'm shooting right now, this is rule of thirds, which I follow, and a lot of creators they follow. So rule of thirds is basically, you can think of them as a couple of 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, just 4 lines to separate the entire screen into different sections. So when you're shooting talking head videos and it's portrait mode, make sure your eyes is around the first line. If the character is too low and with no space on the side, it can be difficult for us to do the zoom in when we're editing it. So the best way would be to turn on the grid when you're shooting with like Osmo Pocket or your phone. There are a lot of devices, they have this grid that you can turn on. It's in the settings. If you're unsure, you can check the model of your phone and Google it, how to like turn on the grid for the camera. If you really don't have it, for example, in cases like webcams or certain phones they really don't have it, then you can imagine splitting the entire screen into 3 sections, top, middle, and bottom. Your face should be slightly above the middle section. So you just imagine that there are like the 4 lines and place your eyes, your head to be on the first line. Just imagine that. Once you have this idea, this concept, the lines, the guiding lines, the rule of thirds, then whenever you're shooting, you will know that I'm too low or I'm too high above, it cuts my head, which a lot of cases that won't happen. You can only go too low, but never too high, because you're too high. When you're shooting, your head will be cut off, like your hair will be cut off. Okay, and I'm gonna show you how I actually shoot it, how I shoot my talking head videos. The idea is to not have the character to be very tensed up. See, the face is pretty relaxed, and for this one,
here is the sync.
I can see that the character is very tensed up. So before we shoot, we can try to just do some breathing exercise. A lot of professionals they do it, and I personally find it pretty relaxing too. What we can do is to just breathe in. Breathe in 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds. Let it out. Just a couple of seconds, it will help you to be less tense. Another powerful mindset is to just think that, your loved ones have this difficulty, this challenge, that they ask you this question and now you're answering them, you love them, you want to help them, that you're answering them through a video. So once you have that mindset, that imagination that's in your head, you can easily shoot it with less stress. Or you can also say it in a way where you are just casually talking to your friend. You don't need to really emphasize every single word and just be like a motivational speaker. Of course, there are a lot of elements which we can improve on, but when we're just starting out or we're just genuinely sharing knowledge and information, we don't need to go for that. Alright, when it comes to shooting, because we are not professional actors and actresses, it can be difficult for us to remember the entire script and just record the video. It's very stressful. I tried it myself, I cannot do it. Unless if I'm just yapping or just sharing it free flow like how I'm doing it right now. I don't have a script, I don't have points. It's good to script it out, just write out the few points and just remember it. But no matter if it's points or a couple of points or it is scripted out, this one way which I use can be very, very helpful. I don't shoot it in one go. In fact, let me show you the behind the scenes which I've never shown anybody. Here's why you don't need fancy edits to get more views, especially if you're a business owner. Okay, see, once I'm done with one sentence, I don't speak a couple of sentences, just one sentence, and then the best way is to just stay in that position for 1 or 2 seconds, and then look at your script. Don't move your body, don't move your legs. Your head should come back to the same position, and then speak the second sentence. To prove this, I purposely tested this on my profile. Alright, stay for 2 seconds, because why do we need to stay for 2 seconds? It's very easy for you to, once you're done, just immediately look at the script, come back. But when we're editing it, and in the viewer's perspective, they can see that, okay, it doesn't look quite natural. So why we need to stay for 2 seconds is for cutting. When we're editing it, we just cut it. So if my head is almost at the same position, edits to get more views, especially if you're a business owner. To prove this, Okay, this one is slightly to the left. Like when I come back, my head is slanted slightly to the left, which is okay, but at least the location is pretty much there, the position. This is a video. Okay, and this is the situation where I'm not entirely confident about saying the full sentence out, so I'll just reshoot it. I'll just say it again. So when we're editing it, we'll just easily cut it off. But anyway. So, like what I said, every sentence after you say it, stay for 1 or 2 seconds and then come back. Once you look at the script, come back to the same position. So, when we edit, viewers cannot really feel that it's an unnatural cut or it's weird. They won't feel it. What do I mean? Look at this on my profile. This is a video of me with, or this one if you're a business owner. To prove this, I purposely it's like one sentence, they don't feel it's, very different basic touch-ups. And the one with, okay, this one is perfect. Like my position here and this position is the same. So it doesn't look like a cut, but of course, we're not robots. We cannot remember where we place our head. So it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Basic touch-ups. And the one with almost no edits got 4. So this is how I shoot my videos. I don't need to say the entire script unless if you are a professional or if you're using a teleprompter. If you want to invest one, you can, but I don't do it. I personally don't do it. And unless you really have the budget or just really want to do that, then you can, just buy one. But really, you don't need. I came from a startup background where we use this concept called the MVP, minimal viable product. Whatever is minimal, and a lot of things can work. Even if you're just taking a phone, recording it anywhere, anytime, just yapping on the camera, those kind of content is okay too. The main idea is to say or push out content that viewers resonate with. That is sufficient. So a couple of takeaways for this video. For one is to remember to use the grid. You can turn it on in Osmo Pocket or your phone. If you don't have like webcam, just imagine that, you just break it down into 3 sections. And when you're doing talking head videos, say one sentence, read the script, say another sentence, and remain at the same position for like 1 to 2 seconds. So these are the 3 biggest takeaways for this video. Hopefully that helps.